What's up, everybody? Welcome to more Fanime. Today I'm going to be reviewing chapter 1084 of the One Piece manga. Whoa! We are almost there. We are almost to 1100. Wow, that is going to be a monumental chapter. Please quote me on that one. I feel like 1100 is going to be the biggest chapter ever. Don't get me started on chapter 1109, or 1119 to be precise. That chapter's gonna blow your mind. Remember that, 1119, bigger than 1100, bigger than chapter 1000, biggest chapter in all of One Piece. It's coming, people. It's right around the corner. As long as we stop taking these damn breaks, Oda. You know, I respect Oda, the GOAT, the greatest mangaka, the greatest storyteller of all time. But these breaks, they're killing me. Maybe put a couple chapters, put the weight on some of your staff. Have them help you bust some of these bad boys out. I mean, the only good thing about these breaks is it extends the life of One Piece. We have no idea if it's got 3 more years left, 4 more years left, 5 more years left, 10 more years left. Who knows? It definitely doesn't feel like 10. It feels like a maximum of 5 and a possibility of probably 3. That's my guess, is 3. That's a decent guess, but 5 would be preferable. I want this story to go on until I die. I hope the last chapter comes out, the final chapter comes out, and then I just die of heart failure. What a lovely life that would be. The last day of my life being the exact same day that One Piece's final chapter is dropped. I read it, I go, what a storybook ending. Well, this chapter was yet another Reverie callback. We're doing a flashbackarooski with Sabo telling his story to the revolution, to Ivankov and Dragon. You know, we don't really even go back to that. It's pretty much all flashback-ski. And it makes me wonder, it's like, would we have wanted to see some of this back when the Reverie happened? Would the story fold out differently if we just saw everything instead of missing certain moments and only told them, spoon-fed them later on, now that we're in Egghead Island? Egghead Island is the most scatterbrained arc I can imagine. We keep jumping from place to place, and usually that's kind of left for in-between arcs. Yeah, like between Egghead and the next arc, or between Wano and Egghead, you'd think we could have squeezed this in. And maybe we could have already been in the middle of just straight up Egghead and not all these little branching paths. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the variety. It's like Neapolitan ice cream. You get a little chocolate, you get a little vanilla, you get a little strawberry. You love it. You get a combo. Obviously, strawberry's the superior of the 3, but it goes strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. I will fight you. Chapter 1084 doesn't really have a cover page. Definitely missing the cover story pages. I'm ready to get back into a new one. Maybe a Doflamingo cover page. Maybe Eustace Kid if he's still alive. Maybe a redemption cover page for him, or he's on his way to make a bakery. Looking at you, Teching 101. Maybe we get the Eustace Kid bakery. That could happen. He goes back to the South Blue, completely unionizes all the workers there. They make all the sourdough bread you could ever ask for. Sourdough bread, the most superior bread of all time. Oh. We get a nice color spread, though, of all the girls in One Piece and Yamato or Odin. It's a wonderful color spread, absolutely beautiful. You see Nami with a queen on her shirt. It's great. They're all at the beach or some shiz. You get to see Perona, Zoro's future wife. I love it. The first page, though, we get to see Sabo just using his fire fist techniques, his fire power, Ace's abilities to wipe the floor with some of the Celestial Dragon what do you want to call knights? Are they knights? Because they're definitely not the holy knights that we've been warned about. No, these are just the fodder knights that aren't that strong. I don't even know why you keep them around if they can't handle no Sabo. I know Sabo's a tough customer, but maybe you keep some tough customers protecting you, Celestial Dragon buddies. Maybe they don't want somebody too tough that could then turn on them. Maybe that's the whole theory behind it. And in the first page, we see Jewelry Bonnie confronting Sabo, saying, I know who you are. I keep my tabs on the Revolutionary Army because Kuma, my father, was a founding member of the Revolutionary Army. Makes sense. Totally makes sense that she would know who Sabo is. Totally makes sense that Sabo would have heard of Kuma having a daughter, and now he's learning that, oh shit, it's Jewelry Bonnie. What a small, gigantic, grand line we live on. They're running around. Sabo got the keys to all the, the bomb collars that all the slaves are going to be wearing that they're rescuing, the ones that they got away. They got away from their terrible, terrible owners, the Celestial Dragons, the peon of the Celestial Dragons, the Charlosas and whatnot, and all those douchebaggerooskis. He gives it to Karasu and says, you guys go. I, Sabo, the Flame Emperor, will meet you guys later. But first, I'm going to make a pit stop at La Lucia and almost die, but I'm not going to die because I'll just be nearby to see the explosion and all that stuff. Sabo and Bonnie are running, and they're talking about, Kuma's body and how she's going to go over to Egghead Island. It's kind of annoying because we know where she's going to end up. We know where this is kind of going. Some of these pages are things we can already assume happened, and now we're just having to read them way later. So we're not getting any new information here, really. Sabo saves her using his observation hockey, or he just happened to hear some people behind them. Some soldiers run up, and they're like, I thought I saw somebody. They're like, this is impossible. The soldiers of the knights, they're like, how are we supposed to keep guard of this gigantic castle with such a few amount of us? And they're like, well, didn't you hear what happened to the B squad? And they're like, what happened to the B squad of knights? They're supposed to be here in the West Wing. And they find out they were killed because they saw Eam. Eam saw them and just gone. I don't know how, but once we find out what Eam's power is, we're going to get a little bit of a picture of what happened to those soldiers who no longer exist. Ever existed, actually. Kind of like Lucia Kingdom. From there, Sabo tells her, hey, you're on your way to Egghead. I'm on my way back to the Revolutionary headquarters and all that. We're going in opposite directions. Good luck. They split up. Kind of just, filling in that gap of, how Bonnie ran into Sabo, because there was a point during Egghead Island where she remembers running into Sabo and talks to Luftdog and whatnot. We get to go back to the Gorosei talking to Cobra. Cobra's like, hey, can I break this down? We get this whole long story, and I think this is good for new readers who might just be jumping in. What a terrible decision to be jumping in here at chapter 1084. Please, I beg you, go back to chapter 1. It's amazing. Every chapter is worth it. Every arc is a 10. I promise you, you will love it. Even if you don't love it the first time through, you're going to enjoy it the second time. I promise you will enjoy it. Go back. Don't start here. Do not start here. You're missing out. You are missing out on a lot. Cobra's like, hey, I got a question. Back 800 years ago, Void Century, 20 kingdoms got together, right? They're like, yeah, what's your point? Well, Lily Nefertari, the 20th one of the 20, decided, I don't want to stay here at Marijwa with y'all. I don't want to be a celestial dragon for some reason that we're not privy to. And she decided, I'm going to head back to Alabasta, where, I belong with my people. I don't feel like I need to be up here above them because I don't feel like I have a god complex. And, I heard Teching 101 talk about how Lily is very close to Amazon Lily, so maybe there is some kind of connection, Rooney. Maybe there is. Maybe Lily created Amazon Lily. Maybe she took all the great, women of the world at the time, as many as she could, and brought them there and created a world where only women exist, where we've been before. She could have been the first empress of Amazon Lily, but I don't know why she would abandon her Alabasta kingdom. Either way, she bounces, and she's like, I am not staying here with you freaks who think you're better than everybody else. That's my assumption. I could be wrong. But she does leave, and that's what we hear here from Cobra. And they're like, yeah, we're pretty sure she left. That's all accurate. And Cobra's like, so I checked all my history textbooks back at Alabasta, and there's not one word about Lily after the Void Century. No, she never made it home, and her little brother had to take up arms. He had to be the new king of Alabasta, my great-great-great-great-grandfather, and Lily never made it home. And I'm starting to look at you guys, and you guys might have some information about what happened 800 years ago. And they look at him, they look at each other, they're like, Cobra, 800 years ago is pretty long, bud. And, we got rid of a lot of the ancient texts that had our family names connected to it, to the 20 kingdoms, when we selected new families to take over our old kingdoms. 800 years ago, our ancestors did all this. How are we supposed to know this? It does kind of feel like they're playing stupid, but maybe they really don't. So Cobra's like, fine, geez, I'm on death's door. Can you just tell me something cool? So he's like, okay. He asks the question. He just says, fuck it. All right, you five. One of you know this. What is the will of D? What does the D stand for? They look at each other. They're like, what? Why do you ask? And he goes, well, there's this letter here. And he doesn't really have it with him. Maybe, I don't think he does. But that's been passed down from Lily Nefertari through the generations, and we still don't know what it is. So we're getting more mysteries upon mysteries. Thanks, Oda. But I have a feeling either the letter says where Lily went or what happened to her, or what the will of D is, or how corrupt and messed up the celestial dragons are and will become. Something to that effect. It's going to be something like that, because what else would it be, really? Is it just a giant D? And that's it. It's like, figure it out, future generations. Possibly. Maybe it was like, Luffy will save the world. Who knows? Probably not that. But we cut from there. We get to see Dickbag Charlos, our boy, probably the worst human being on the Grand Line in Marijois. A guy who's got his ass beat twice by Luffy, by another celestial dragon telling him he's a piece of crap for trying to enslave mermaids and whatnot, and he doesn't learn. They're inbred celestial dragon pieces of crap. And I think that maybe Charlos ain't gonna learn. I think he's just pure evil. He's commanding his super slave Kuma to capture the giant mermaid lady. Can't remember her name off the top of my head for some damn reason. Whatever. Shirahoshi. Got it. Trying to capture Shirahoshi. Has her all chained up and whatnot. She's crying. It's pretty sad. It's going to be super emotional in the anime. And he's like, I got my mermaid. I did it. Look, Daddy. I did it. This is Charlos. I did it, Daddy. I did it. I captured a giant mermaid and she's going to be my pet. And I'm going to ride her into town every day. I wonder what she eats. Maybe dog food. Yeah, he's a piece of crap. That's happening, and her brothers show up, and they're like, whoa, we weren't even paying attention for 5 seconds, and then you go out and try to capture our sister again. This ain't happening. We're getting out of here. Yeah, we're going to get out of this shithole of a place, and we're going back underwater, and we're never coming back, Shirahoshi, my dear sister. This place is awful. Human beings are pieces of trash. At least the celestial dragons are, for sure. And, a bunch of other men that are there who were trying to propose to her, who are also royals from different kingdoms, they run away because they don't want to mess with a celestial dragon because they can all get murdered. But Sai from Dressrosa, well, he's not directly from Dressrosa, but he's from the Dressrosa arc. He's the one who is or already is married to Baby 5. I wish Baby 5 was in this chapter because Baby 5 rules. But he's there, and so is our Tontata buddy boy Leo. And they're like, "Can we please hit him? Because before the fucking prince fishmen are gonna do it, they jump in like, we'll do it because we're pirates and we're part of the Straw Hat Fleet and we're gonna run away anyway. Fuck it." And they kind of get permission from the celestial dragon that's related to Doflamingo, who hit Charlos way back at the Reverie, which they're kind of currently at. And he's like, yes, hit him, I'll take full responsibility. And he stops the princes of Fishman Island. He's like, y'all are princes. The celestial dragons could send an admiral to your guys' kingdom. Calm down. Let the pirates handle it. Fucking Sai and Leo, they come in with their strongest attacks, landing a kick in a fucking attack right on top of Charlos's head, accordion style, squishing the dude flat. And people are saying, this dude is dead. What have you done? How have you massacred this celestial dragon? He could literally die here. If he doesn't get immediate medical attention, and it is shown to us, or at some point told to us, that he got the best doctors in the world, I assume, live on top of Marie Joie, and they take care of the celestial dragons, let them live into their hundreds of years old, because they have the science, and they have the fucking Dr. Vegapunk science as well. So he could survive. I do hope this is the end of Charlos. I can't imagine Oda letting characters like Sai and Leo be the ones to end Charlos forever. Like, doesn't feel like the two characters that should do it. I'm fine with it. I'm fine. I want to see some major deaths. Like, we're still not sure if Eustace Kid is dead, and there's others that have kind of died in the last arc. And I think it's time. I think Charlos should not be able to survive that. His brain should be mush right now. At least brain dead and flat like a pancake, like an accordion, like I mentioned. He's not going to be doing well. But again, our boy Spandam, he survived getting his spine severed by Nico Robin back at Enies Lobby. So it is possible, the science is there. My theory is maybe Charlos will get cybernetic enhancements, kind of like Kuma, and it's going to be interesting. He'll be like a robotic man. He'll get some power, like some guns and whatnot. And he's like, look how badass I am, daddy. I got guns for arms. I could see that. And then I could see someone kicking his ass again. But that's it. He better have cybernetic enhancements. He better be in a wheelchair. Something, Oda. He cannot survive this without permanent damage. Brain damage at least. From there, they're probably running away at this point. Kuma gets captured essentially by Morley. He's like, let's go, my brother, we're going home. And Morley sucks him underneath. Karasu's like, we got the keys to the bombs, let's go, let's skedaddle. Sabo will meet us later. Good. All the boxes are getting checked. We don't get to see Vivi. I'm hoping that next chapter, I have a feeling this flashback is going to go on for a couple more chapters, because there's still a few things that need to be wrapped up. But the big thing that happens, the biggest thing that happens in this chapter is Emu shows up right in front of Cobra, walks up to the throne that shall not be sat upon, in front of the 19 weapons that were laid there, and sits down and goes, and pets his evil kitty, and he's like, Lily, So, and it ends there. It's like, dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like, where do we go from there, Oda? Well, we all know that Cobra's gonna die. And I wonder if maybe Lily's final message, her letter, is gonna be in the hands of our girl Vivi. And we do know that Vivi gets to escape thanks to Big News Morgan. And I feel like maybe we'll find out why she and Wapple end up together at the end of this flashback. And maybe we'll get a little close-up and personal view of what Emu looks like. I want to see that. I do. I want to see what Emu looks like. I want to see the face. And there was a point where I thought maybe Emu could be a girl. But now that he's kind of come out as obsessed with this Lily character, and before he had a knife like stabbed through, I think he had a knife stabbed through Vivi. So maybe he wanted to capture Vivi, make her his bride. Maybe he wanted to capture Lily, make her his bride but she decided not to stay at Marie Joie. Maybe that was a big part of why she didn't stay, because Emu's a psychopath, and maybe she knew that he was going to be in charge of everything because he has eternal life, and maybe he's super powerful. We don't know these facts. There's so many crazy things happening right now in One Piece. If I had to predict what's going to happen in 1085 is we'll maybe finish up this flashback and see Emu. We'll finally see what it looks like, what it does. Maybe get to see what this weapon is that they use to destroy Luisia. Get to see Vivi go off with Big News Morgan. Maybe see her sad after seeing her father murdered in front of her eyes, very possibly. Is Sabo in the room? Is Sabo also seeing Emu's face right now? Learning all this crazy shiz? He must be. He must be. There's a lot going on in One Piece, and I'm ready to get back to the Straw Hat crew, but I have this weird, strange feeling like Oda could just push out this side story stuff until 1100 and really make us fiend for it, make us really want it. Like, can I get a hit of that Straw Hat? Come on, Oda, give me that Straw Hat. That could happen. I'm pretty sure there's a break next week. Sad, sad, sad. I'll have to think of some other One Piece-like topic to talk about. Don't forget to comment down below what you think of Chapter 1084. Do you miss the Straw Hats? I sure do. And out of all the Straw Hats, who do you miss the most? If I had to guess, it'd be Luffy, because he's numero uno. But after that, maybe Nico Robin? Maybe Zoro? Possibly Sanji. Last time we saw Sanji, he got punched in the face by a Seraphim. He was fine. He's crazy. He's crazy powerful now. This is more Fanime. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you later.